If you think about the language we often use, what's the most common way that we refer to low-income and working class struggling communities, particularly ones of color? What are the ways that we refer to the people there? We use terms like underprivileged, right? Or underserved, right? These are very common. And these words are not words that we use necessarily to be derisive or to be judgmental. They may be said with the best of intentions. Oh, well, these are people who are underprivileged. This is a community that's underserved. But there are some problems with that language and with that thinking, with that narrative, with that lens, right? First of all, what does it mean to be underprivileged? What is that, right? That is, first of all, that's the passive voice. And I was taught in like 4th or 5th grade by my English teachers at that time that you should never use the passive voice when the active voice will do. And when you say underserved or underprivileged, that's very passive, right? It doesn't imply that anyone did anything to anybody. It doesn't imply that there was any action taken which was injurious or detrimental. It's just there's privilege and I'll be damned, there's you, right? And if we could just figure out why you're under that privilege thing, man, we might have it all figured out, but we don't know. We don't know what happened. I don't understand. There's privilege and it's like it's a bridge and you're just underneath it. And I don't know, maybe it's just coincidence, right? But it's not, right? When people are underneath the structure of privilege, there's a reason for that. There's a history behind that. There are policies and practices and procedures that have brought folks to that spot. But if we use language like underprivileged or underserved, we don't ever interrogate what those are. All we're doing is looking at the end result, right? The damage of that system of inequality in terms of the damage done to those at the bottom of that hierarchy. But that doesn't actually explain to us or give us a sense of how it happened. And if we don't know how it happened, how are we going to fix it? We're not. The best we're going to do is, put a Band-Aid on a gaping wound and call folks healed, right? But not actually stop the injury from happening. So we use this passive language. There's also another problem with that language. When you say that a community is underserved or that individuals are underprivileged, you're also ignoring the obvious, which is that underprivileged and underserved are relative terms, right? That's not an ideological statement on my part or a political, philosophical statement. It's just basic grammar, right? When you say something is under, by definition, there has to be an over, right? Because under doesn't even make sense except in relation to that which is over it. But when we use the term underprivileged, we don't really ever use the opposite term, do we? We don't say overprivileged. That's not even like a word. I don't even think that word's in the dictionary, right? You don't say overserved, but surely to God, there must be some folks that are being overserved.